This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Supertraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got little Quinn Bell in the background there. She sees herself on TV. Go ahead and wave to everybody, all the YouTube fans out there. Got a question today for the Power Project from... Hello! Got a question today for the Power Project from Josh Soria. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm not good with names, but he has a question. He read an article in Powerlifting USA by Shane Sweat, and in the article it's about Westside for beginners. And Shane Sweat goes on to kind of say that he doesn't, he's talking about common mistakes he sees from beginners, and one of the things he mentions is he thinks nutrition is oftentimes left out of the picture for newer lifters, and I couldn't agree any more with that statement. That's very true. People neglect their nutrition. I mean, even just simple things like adding more protein into your diet will have a profound effect on your training, on your recovery, and so on. But Shane also goes on to say that he doesn't think the paleo diet would lead to optimal results, and Josh is kind of wondering, he's kind of getting conflicting evidence, because I've said that the paleo diet's been great for me, and then you have another guy saying that it may not be a great idea to do with powerlifting. The key term here that Shane uses, or that you quoted him as saying, I don't know if he actually said it, but the key here is optimal results. So again, he's talking about beginners. You got to understand he's talking about beginners. So if you're new to Westside, it's probably not a good idea to do any diet of any kind. Diet, remember, normally refers to that you're in a calorie deficit. So if you're in a calorie restricted diet or using a calorie restricted method, that definitely would not be effective, and it certainly would not be optimal for running the Westside Barbell program. Running any powerlifting program and trying to get stronger and being in a restricted caloric state is very, very rarely, and I would almost say never, going to be effective in terms of optimal results, in terms of getting stronger. Newer lifters should not be necessarily worrying about their caloric intake, but they should be kind of managing their macronutrients. They should be, trying to get in a high amount of protein. They should be getting in healthy carbohydrates, slow digesting carbohydrates, vegetables, and things like that. And they should also be getting in healthy fats, fish oils, and so on. So, you got to just kind of understand, you got to take it in context with what the individual is talking about. I don't know if Shane Sweat has ever read the paleo diet or not, but the paleo diet does not really talk a lot about caloric intake, nor does it talk a lot about being a low carbohydrate diet. So I think that's a big mistake that people are making out there, is they think it's a keto diet, and it certainly is not. For some reason, some of the CrossFitians have kind of turned it into a ketogenic diet, and it's really not. It's not a ketogenic diet. Rob Wolf, who I have direct contact with, does not like, obviously a lot of junk carbohydrates. No diet will be effective in terms of health or losing body fat in the presence of a lot of junky carbohydrates. But again, you just got to take it in context with what you're reading. And I would always say you want to read the book. You want to go to the source. So I would, if I was in your shoes, I'd read the paleo diet myself and try to determine whether you feel it's going to be effective for you. And that's what you want to do. Is you always want to read. You always want to go to the source. You want to go straight to the horse's mouth. Quinn, no. You want to go straight to the horse's mouth. You want to get the correct information from the right guy. I heard a quote a while back that said you want to communicate, or you want to get the information from the guy that wrote the book and not the guy who read the book. On that same note, make sure you're reading the book, because a lot of guys are trying to interpret Westside Barbell just from one article. Shane Sweat's article, I read it. It's actually a great article. But try not to determine anything based off of one article from anyone, because that's not going to give you the best results. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question. Whether to do paleo or not, that's going to be an individual thing. That's going to be up to you, and you're going to have to determine that for yourself. But just remember, the paleo diet is not a calorie-restricted diet. What Rob Wolf wrote is not even called the paleo diet. It's called the paleo solution. So he's referring to as a lifestyle. Also keep in mind that Rob Wolf had a severe autoimmune disorder and was dying if he didn't make some changes. So those are all things to consider when looking to embark on a new program. Who's it coming from? Why did they do it? How much success did they have with it? Who else is doing it? I myself am doing a paleo diet, but I don't follow it like a nutcase. I'm not doing all 100% paleo. I'd say I follow it around 70 to 80%. So there you have it, and that's it from supertraining.tv. Quinn, say bye.
No.